Good day, all. How are you all? I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome back to your ICT class. This is video number 26, and today we are starting chapter 8. Before that, let's see the topics that we have learned in our last class. In our last class, we have completed activity 4 of chapter 7, data analysis, and the activity was adding graphs into spreadsheet software. So in order to add graph into spreadsheet software, we need at least two kinds of information, because a graph will have at least an x-axis and a y-axis. So at least two kinds of information are required to draw a graph. So first step is to select the two kinds of information. Then either click on the insert chart tool from the toolbar, or from insert menu select the option chart. Then a new window will be opened. From that we have to select the appropriate type of chart, that is column, pie, bar, etc. Then click on the finish button at the bottom. That is the steps to add graphs into spreadsheet software. Then we have learned that different types of graphs are available in LibreOffice Calc, like column, bar and pie. Column is a vertical diagram, bar is a horizontal diagram, and pie is a circular diagram. Then we have learned how to select cells and different columns for inserting a graph in spreadsheet. If you want to select different cells, first click on the first cell, then hold the shift key in the keyboard and click on the last cell. So all the cells in between will get selected. Then for selecting different columns, select the first column, then hold down the control key in the keyboard, then select the next column. So this is the method for selecting different cells and different columns for inserting graphs in the spreadsheet software. So we have completed chapter 7, data analysis, and today we are starting chapter 8. Let's make our presentations attractive. So let's see the learning objectives of this class. Today we are going to learn about presentation software LibreOffice Impress. Water is very essential for our existence. But nowadays, water pollution has become a very crucial issue. And you have studied a chapter for a pollution-free nature in your basic science textbook. And in that you have learned about the importance of conserving the water resources. Now, we are going to prepare an awareness class based on this. How can we make this awareness class more appealing? We can prepare a presentation on this. How can you make presentations? For that, there are many software packages which help us to make presentations. Some examples are Microsoft PowerPoint, LibreOffice Impress, Calligra Stage, Magic Point, etc. And these are known as presentation softwares. And in Ubuntu, we are using LibreOffice Impress. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about the presentation software known as LibreOffice Impress. So before making the presentation in the computer, some preparations are to be done. So let's see the preparations that is to be done before making the presentation. First step is we have to collect all the information that is to be presented. So we have to collect all the information that is to be included in the included in all the slides of that presentation. So first step is to collect all the information to be presented. Then second step is arrange the information in logical order. So we have to arrange the information collected in a particular logical order we want. Then next step is deciding the position of pictures, text and other characters in each slides. Then the last step is deciding the other properties like font style, font size, font color, background color for the slide, etc. Okay, so these are the preparations that is to be made before making the presentation in the computer. We have to collect all the information that is to be presented. Then we have to arrange that information in a logical order. Then we have to decide the position of the pictures, text and other characters in each slide. Then we have to decide the other properties like font style, font size, font color, etc. Now let's move on to first activity of this chapter, that is preparation of slides and their sequences. So what should be presented first? What should be the heading? And what all things should be included in each slide? What should be the font style, font size, font color, background color of the slide, etc. All these details must be decided before starting the preparation of the presentation. So before making the presentation, we have to make an outline of all the slides, and that is known as presentation storyboard. In our textbook page number 60, a model storyboard of first slide is given here. See, the title is Conservation of Water, Issues and Solutions. Then we have the font style, font size, font color, background color of the slide, etc. So here we can see all the details that is to be included in a slide. The first slide. The title is given, the font style, size, color, background color of the slide, all the properties are given. So before making the presentation, we have to make an outline of all the slides. This is the outline of the first slide. In similar way, we have to make the outline of all the required slides in the presentation, and that is known as storyboard. The graphic outline organizer is known as storyboard, and the storyboard contains the details, all the details that is to be included in each slide. Okay, so our activity is to prepare the storyboard of the presentation. That means we have to prepare the outline of all the slides in this presentation. Here another example or another model is given, that is the next slide. Here the title is not given and it is indicated that a picture is to be included in this slide. Then we have to decide the font style, font size, font color and the position of the picture. Then background color is given as sky blue. Okay, so font again we can use Rajana. Font size we can use the same 48. Then font color red. Then position of the picture can be at the center of the slide. Okay, so you can decide all the things, all the properties of the slides. That means the font size, font color, position of the pictures and text, other characters in the slide. Then the background color of the slide, all such properties you can decide before making the presentation. So that is known as the outline or the storyboard. Okay, the graphic outline which includes all the details of all the slides, that is known as a storyboard or outline. So first step is to prepare an outline for all the slides in the presentation. So before making the presentation, we have to make an outline which will help us to make the presentation very easily. Now let's summarize what we have learned in this class. We have learned about the presentation softwares like LibreOffice Impress, Calligra Stage, Magic Point, Microsoft PowerPoint, etc. These are some examples of presentation softwares which help us to make presentations. And in Ubuntu, we are using LibreOffice Impress. How to open LibreOffice Impress? Go to Applications, select Office, select LibreOffice Impress. Then before making the presentation in the computer, we have to do some preparations. What are the preparations to be done? First, we have to collect all the information that is to be included in the presentation. Then we have to arrange all the collected information in a logical order. Then we have to decide the position of the pictures, text and other characters in each slide. Then we have to decide the other properties like font style, font size, font color, background color of the slide, etc. So these are the preparations to be made before making the presentation in the computer. Then we have done activity 1, that is preparation of slides and their sequences. So before making the presentation, we have to prepare an outline for all the required slides in the presentation. That means where the heading should be inserted, what should be the heading and what all things should be included in each slide, then what should be the font size, font color, background color, font style, etc. So all such things we have to decide before making the presentation. So we have to prepare an outline for all the required slides in the presentation, and this outline is known as storyboard. The graphic outline organizer is known as the storyboard, and the storyboard contains all the details to be included in each slide. Now there are two questions. First question is, name the software used to make presentations in computer. Then second question is, what is a presentation storyboard? So write the answers for these two questions as homework in your notebook. So children, I hope all of you have understood the topics that we have learned today. So see you next class. Bye. Thank you. Have a nice day.